This next segment is something that I was thinking about, and actually it spawned from a comment that Anthony made towards the end of last show, towards the end of the first show of this week, which was, guys, I think it was one of your final thoughts, Anthony, if I'm not mistaken. And you said something along the lines of, and keep me honest, but this is the football's in quarters, the season's in quarters. We're 1-2. We win this game against Tennessee. We're going into the second quarter of the season 2-2, 500, and let's see what happens. And so I wanted to ask the group, each of you, and Anthony, I'll start with you. What is one word for you to describe this first quarter of the season?
To describe this first quarter or going forward?
Or going forward, sorry.
Yeah. Going forward, I would preach perseverance because we're going to need it, because it seems like the injury bug from last year certainly did not leave. So we're going to need guys who don't normally play a lot to persevere and to get up off their butts and make some plays, right? They say that the NFL, you just need an opportunity. Well, a lot of guys on our team are going to have an opportunity to make something out of this career that I've never been a professional athlete, but I can imagine that making it there is one of the greatest feelings in your life, right? So if they can continue to persevere and put some good tape out there, do your job, 1/11th of your job. Josh, you said that last week. Guys like Holland doing too much, then I think we can make something of this season still.
Mm-hmm. Steve, what about you?
I like the word aggression that I want to see in these next 4 games. I want to see our leaders step up. Guys like Ramsey. He was a great leader in LA. He was a great leader in Jacksonville. I haven't really seen him. We don't see what happens in the back, but on field, I haven't seen anybody really trying to get this team together. I haven't seen anybody kind of just showing that hunger, that fire. We're seeing it on the defensive line a little bit, but I want to see some real heat. I want to see some real aggression, win or lose. I don't want to lose looking like a bunch of sissies. I'd rather lose looking like we punched you in the mouth at least. So that's what I want.
I like it. What about you, Keith?
My word is going to be accountability.
Ooh, that's a good one.
This, to Steve's point from earlier in the show, this is a team that's been penalized just at a ridiculous clip. And it's not sustainable. It's not sustainable for a team that thinks they can succeed. I don't know that we're thinking about Super Bowl or bust right now, because it's kind of hard to think that when you're starting Tim Boyle as your quarterback or Snoop Huntley or even Skylar Thompson. It's just not something that's on my mind right now. But moving forward for the rest of this season, for seasons in the future, under Mike McDaniel, who just got an extension, so we're not getting rid of him anytime soon. Like, this isn't something where, this isn't a Matt Rule situation where the Panthers are paying 3 different coaches to not coach their team. Mike McDaniel is our coach moving forward. So Mike McDaniel needs to start holding these guys accountable for their penalties, for their stupid penalties. Julian Hill gets a holding call or a false start or an illegal formation penalty. Okay, that's it. You're done for the half. You're done for the game. I like that Mike McDaniel is a player's coach. I like it. I don't think that you can be a Bill Parcells or a Vince Lombardi type of disciplinarian in today's NFL. You have to treat these guys like men. And Mike McDaniel does that, but I think he does that to an extreme. And there is such thing as taking that to the extreme. And I think Mike McDaniel is towing that line.
Mm-hmm.
And he needs to be better. He needs to be better at keeping these guys accountable and holding these guys accountable and putting their feet to the fire, making sure they play smart football. Yeah. So I want to see accountability going forward.
I like it. Yeah, for me, honestly, it would be the word patience with everything. Just patience. Fans, be patient with this team, understanding that there are a bunch of injuries. We're now on to our third quarterback in 4 games. You know, the coaching staff, be patient with play calling. Stop abandoning it at the first sign of, the first sign of something not working, right? I mean, with the run game last week, right? I mean, I think we've all alluded to it. Our run game is very good. It's just the coaching staff decides to throw it 14 times in between each run. And you just, stick with what's working and be patient. And I think with patience comes clarity. And with clarity, the hope is then comes, whether it be tweaking, whether it be, a game plan change, whether it be something to, whether it be a halftime adjustment, something to put us into a more favorable position than we were when we started. And I think, with patience, that'll come.
Yeah. I like it. I like all the words. I think the biggest one, the biggest factor in the success of the season is whether or not Tua comes back, obviously. But there are still little things that they can do better. They can be more aggressive, to your point, Steve. They can be more patient. Us as fans, we have to be patient, and we've been patient for a long time, and it's kind of, it feels difficult to remain patient, but the Dolphins need to be more patient. They need to hold each other more accountable, and all these words. Anthony, what was your word again?
Persevere.
Perseverance. Yes. So and they need to persevere. All these words combined is kind of what. So all these words combined is what we need to see from the Dolphins moving forward.